Hello, my name is Oleg. Today is March 17th, I believe, St. Patrick's Day, and I'm on my way to New York City right now to see. The objective for today is going to be a little small field trip, and we're going to be going to see if I can find people while in my car, obviously. Not obviously, but that's the way I want to do it. In my car, and find people outside, young people, I guess, or it doesn't really matter. Everybody kind of celebrates in a way. Today's a very big drinking day, and in America or the United States by popular mainstream culture. People dress up in green, and St. Patrick's Day. I know very little of it. It's an Irish holiday to celebrate St. Patrick. Saint, I guess he was a saint. But that's all I really know about it. Other than that. So we're going to see if we can find some people outside, I guess going to bars or clubs or just walking about already drunk, who knows. Right now I'm driving along Henry Hudson, which almost runs parallel to the coast of New Jersey, and it just runs parallel to New York City. I'm not really sure where to start. I'm thinking maybe I'll start in the Village. I kind of have an idea of how to get there. But pretty much this road takes you all the way from George Washington Bridge. It could technically take you all the way down to the Wall Street area, downtown New York, where the Twin Towers used to be located. Yeah, but I found this pretty interesting. This is a billboard, and it says Mitt Romney, that guy couldn't even beat Obama, and it's like an advertisement, and they're using, I guess, politics to advertise themselves. Pretty interesting. So this is essentially the beginning of it. You have some guys dressed in green outside a bar, I guess, already hanging out, smoking cigarettes, drinking. This is fascinating as well. This is where outside car came in front of me, but that was outside of an Apple store, and they had all those boxes of I guess that all the new iPads came in. Here we go. By chance, we found some people in green. Two girls walking by. Pretty actually hard what I'm doing. Yeah, I was just thinking maybe I should go outside and not while I'm driving, because first of all, I'll be able to capture it much better, but I also want to be mobile. I want to go to different places. It's actually really hard, especially in some cases I'm going to find people who are going to be in green. That's the objective. I want to find people. I mean, maybe the objective changed, but I want to find people in green. I'm driving on Cobble Road. I like driving on Cobble Road. I feel like some sort of an English aristocrat on a horse and carriage, and my horse is cobbling along the Cobble Road. But I'm gonna drive away from the Village. I didn't see. I mean, I imagine like a parade of people in green, but maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. But at the same time, I bet there's people who. I mean, I bet you there is a parade here somewhere happening. This is New York City. A lot of various things happen, and it's just like an adventure to just go by yourself, or not by yourself, but to just go to try to find it. And that's what I guess I'm gonna try to do. But in a way, I'm also concerned that this is a bit invasive. I'm driving the car. Okay, right now I guess I feel comfortable. I'm not really filming anything that. But when I, for instance, if I pan the camera at the people and then I speak, well, it could be a bit invasive, and they could find some sort of reason that I might be doing something wrong, or it's just invasive, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe they don't care. I don't know. There you have like three guys. Passed by a place. There was just two bars. We had two girls in green. Not sure if it got captured. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna just maybe, I'm gonna try to drive over to Times Square. Maybe I'll get lucky there. But I know for a fact later in the evening, if I'm gonna meet up with some buddies, and we're gonna go to Hoboken. And I would imagine there will be a lot of green, a lot of people dressed in green celebrating St. Patrick's Day. But the part with the three men, I said before, I just had to start driving. There was actually more I looked over. It was just, I guess, homeless people begging for money, or at least people just begging for money. Looks cool over there. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. The light off that skyscraper, it lights up the sky a little bit. There's that building from before up close. There's so much light coming out of it. Wow. Okay, we're fortunate there's a red light. I just saw some people walk by with green, unfortunately, but they already are behind me, so it's very hard to capture. But there's one guy walking over there. No, I don't think he got captured. We got some green over here, falafel, kabal, just a little advertisement for food. I was thinking before leaving the city, getting a hot dog here. What, we're driving again? More people in green. We're almost at Times Square, and I caught it at the corner of my eye because of all the lights. That's the only way I seem to be able to get to it is by the lights. Once I see all the lights, I know where I am. The street to the right of me, it would be, I believe, Broadway, and that would be the main street of Times Square. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drive forward on this street, maybe 10 blocks, and then make a right and then drive along there. And I'm thinking of stopping the car and maybe talking to some people. Actually, a store right here that sells all the green apparel that you know it would be required for you to wear on a day like this. And there we have some people walking by, also dressed in that green. This is actually the port. This is a bus terminal. This is like a major bus terminal. This people commute from New Jersey to New York using this one, for instance. You take a bus from New Jersey and then you would end up here. And this building, I'm not sure. This used to be the New York Times building, but the New York Times, I believe they had a lot of financial problems. But I'm not sure if there's still a sign somewhere that would indicate that this is New York Times, but I'm not sure. But it used to be, at least. So many people. I'm like stuck in this awful position with my car. There's just so many people. So many people. Look at this, so many people trapped standing together. But even the car, there's a lot of problems. Oh, there's a police. There's something happening over there actually. They don't appear to be police. So. But even for me to travel, I mean, there's just a lot of traffic right now. And this is not just because it's St. Patrick's Day. I'm sure this is just Saturday. There's a lot of people always out. But I'm sure the day adds to it. But, I mean, this is New York City. We have a typical Irish pub, Celtic pub. It already has the clover, and it has some, there's a guy with a bicycle. That's cool. You know, people already hanging around here drinking. But this is, I'm sure they didn't rename their bar or pub prior to, I mean, it's always probably here like this with this kind of name. But it's good for them. They probably get a lot more business on a day like this. Oops. And this is what's a lot of people are traveling right now on foot and in cars. I'm still here. It's been like 15 minutes. And you have these guys working. They, you sit in something like this and they travel. And they take you somewhere while they pedal. There you go, 2 girls in green. We have a roundabout, and I'm not going to be going to Times Square any longer. I called my buddy, it's almost 11. And when I'm feeling kind of lonely, I'm going to meet up with some people that I know and just drink a little bit. And I want to get some food too. But this is a roundabout, and it's just a funny word now that I've learned from Canada. A roundabout. Here we have a nice statue. But we were so close to Times Square, but there's just so much traffic, and there's so many people probably there, even more. I really like it when they cover up the trees with lights. I think it's a good sign of prosperity, financial prosperity. Now we're driving on to Lincoln Tunnel, going back into New Jersey, which is the 2 routes that are commonly used to travel from northern New Jersey to New York City. And we're going to be landing or exiting this tunnel in, I believe, Weehawken, borderline Hoboken, and that's where our destination is, Hoboken. This tunnel is underneath a river. Yay! It's hard to tell if what's going to be captured because I'm driving the car, but not much. But there's New York City right across from here. Right across from here. There's actually small chaos even here. There's a lot of traffic, and it's going to be such a pain for me to find parking. In retrospect, I should have possibly even driven back home, parked my car, and taken a bus here, and then either hitched a ride back with my buddies or just taken the bus back or possibly even hitched a ride from somebody. Alright, I found myself parking probably a quarter mile away from where I actually need to be on a street, and I need to pay money for the parking, and at the same time I think it's only reserved for 2 hours, so I have to be vigilant, so it makes me feel a little cranky. This is fascinating. We actually drove by this a few weeks ago. They started to clean it up. I guess there was a fire. That's the only thing I can assume. There's a big fire, or they just decided to demolition the whole part of the building. Right now we're actually located in Washington Street in Hoboken. You can see the line of people, or a crowd of people for something. I guess there's a restaurant there, there's another restaurant, there's some sort of a lounge. I guess they're all waiting, or they're waiting to go have dinner, I guess. Yeah, that's reasonable. They seem to be all decent looking people. This is the group of misfits that I'm joined.
Is Will like eating by himself?
Yeah, look at him, look at him. Look at him through here though.
Okay. He looks so serious.
He looks very serious.
Are you holding up the line?
It's about 2 a.m. now. There's my group of misfits. We went out to some place by the name of Bahama Mamas, or some sort of a, I guess it's a bar. There's a lot of music, and I got to get myself a few drinks there. And then we ate at some sort of Arabic or Arabian place. We got shish kebab. And it's coming to a halt. So I went really far from my objective of there's Oleg. Fortunately, he drank a little bit too much, and he's quite an actor.
Happy Thanksgiving, man!
He's a really happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, man!
Russian
Thanksgiving.
He's a good actor, and just
I'm not a good actor. I'm a terrible actor.
So this was St. Patrick's Day, March 2017, 2012.